Hi, my name is Marissa Whalen, and I'm a neurology recruiter here at RosmanSearch. I'm here to speak with you today about your job search while requiring visa support. First and foremost, I'm not an immigration attorney. We always recommend that you consult one. This is just meant to be a starting point for your job search. An immigration attorney will be able to explain to you the laws and details for processing your visa. To get started, there are two main types of visas, the J1 and the H1B. Though we have worked with neurologists on other types, like the EB2, O1, or those applying for hardship waivers. So what does a J1 visa mean for your job search? There are two paths following training to work in the U.S. when on a J1. The first is to do the home residency requirement by returning to your home country for 2 years before being eligible to work in the U.S. The other is to work in the U.S. immediately following your training with a home residency waiver. Waivers can be obtained a few different ways and require that you work for 3 years at a health provider shortage area or medically underserved area site. There are 3 main programs which offer J1 waivers. The Conrad 30, a federal program, allots each state 30 waivers. The other 2 are regional programs. First is the Delta Authority, which is comprised of the states bordering the Mississippi Delta. The other, the Appalachian Regional Commission, spans from northern Mississippi to southern New York. Each program poses restrictions to your job search parameters. As previously mentioned, waivers require that you work in a designated physician shortage area. These sites are usually rural communities with less access to care or low-income urban areas. Now the timeline. Though each state varies with their Conrad 30 process, the application deadlines are usually in the fall or early winter. While the Delta Authority and Appalachian Regional Commission offer rolling applications, it's only for these 2 specific programs. This means that you'll want to have a job secured by late summer or early fall the year before you finish training to ensure that the practice gets your application in on time. In some states too, the Conrad 30 program receives more than 30 applications, meaning that it's imperative your application gets in on time. The last major consideration is that since waivers can only be used for full-time jobs, you'll be looking at positions that are at least 40 hours a week, as waivers cannot be used for part-time or per diem work. The other type of visa we commonly see is the H-1B. An employer must sponsor an H-1B, though there are less restrictions than there are with the J-1. Employers fall under 2 categories, not-for-profit and for-profit. Not-for-profits are typically your universities and most healthcare systems. These are capped exempt and should be able to provide sponsorship pretty easily. For-profit entities are places like private practices, some nationwide healthcare systems, and sometimes confusingly, the physician groups that a not-for-profit hospital may use to employ their providers. There is a quota of H-1B sponsorships that for-profits must adhere to. They must enter a lottery to be approved for a sponsorship. In conclusion, speak with an immigration attorney. Every case has nuances and circumstances that an attorney can best answer. The process and requirements are changing so quickly that what worked for a friend of a friend 3 years ago to land them a job in New York City could no longer work today. An immigration attorney will know the latest laws and regulations. Also keep in mind that visas can be expensive and time-consuming for employers to process, and even if on paper they're able to do one, they may not have the means. With the time applications can take and the many deadlines, start your search early. Give yourself at least 12 to 18 months for your search and aim to sign almost a year before the end of your training. This timeline helps minimize headaches with deadlines and any surprises that might come up along the way. Please feel free to contact me anytime if there's anything that I can do to help with your job search.